Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Wednesday the 6th of August 2025 and I've jumped on this Young Jedi Adventures bandwagon with this Crimson Firehawk ship. If you're in England, you can get this in the Entertainer for £9.99p. Bargain. Now I've got this not because I like the Young Jedi Adventures, never seen it, but because I've seen quite a few people in the 118 groups on Facebook who've painted it and customized it, and it looks really good. And the great thing about this, if we have a look at the box and turn it around, 1:1 scale is 4.1 inches for the figure that comes with it, which means it's going to work great out of the box with our beloved 3.75 4-inch modern 118 scale figures. On the back, it tells us it's 17 inches 43 centimeters across, so quite big. That's probably the length of this box, actually, pretty much. Have a quick look at that. Ooh, longer than this box, so I'm guessing something gets attached. We see that we can open the cargo hold, the cockpit, and the little gun turret bubble on top. I'm quite looking forward to this. Okay, I'm going to unbox and set it up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. And here it is. What a great toy, especially for £9.99p. Worth checking out if you're in UK. Go to Entertainer or do it online. Let's get a look. You can't really see from the angle. Maybe I should tilt this back a little bit. If I do that, you're going to see actually how big it is. It was small in the box because those were folded up. Very, very cool. There are some things I don't like the wings aren't done underneath here, but it's still patterned. The guns, you can see the front guns and actually on the cockpit, the turret guns, they're not filled in as well, but very, very nice. Very cool indeed. So features, I showed you just now that these wing parts do rotate. You can open the cockpit, space for 2 figures inside. You may struggle to fit your 4-inch scale figures unless you cut the footrest, the foot plate out there. This seat folds down, so the little robot figure that comes with it, this little guy here, he can go either here or he can go in the seat here, which you can't really see there. There we go. Put that part on the seat, this part here. Put it back up. The little turret goes up and then not flat. It looks like flat on the actual box, but my one is at an angle. If I push it flat, it will snap out of place. So I might file down some of the plastic later. The turret canopy opens. You've got space for a figure. And this one does have space, I think, for a 118 scale 4-inch figure. We'll try that later. And then come to the back. You can open up the back hatch, turn to the ramp, and you've got storage space inside. Not enough space to stand up, but you can put some things, some supplies, some crates, whatever in there. I'll tell you what, if I was a kid who got this at Christmas and I was like a young kid, sort of 5 years old, 6 years old, I really like it. As an adult, because I only paid £9.99, I think it's fantastic. I wouldn't pay too much more. But the size is good. The options for customization are actually fantastic on this. So speaking of size, let's see how big we actually are. I'll go from wingtip to wingtip, which you can't really see here because it's over there, the edge. And this is about 17.5 inches wide, which is approximately 44 cm. We look at the height, top of the turret is about 6.5 inches, about 16 to 6.5 cm. And then the width from the front of the gun to the actual back of the ship. This part you have to assemble and add on later. Looking at approximately 15 and a quarter inches, 15.5 inches. So around about 39 cm. Very, very cool. So it has a scale 118 scale action figures. Well, I've got one of my custom Red Shadows here, not finished, this guy here with his gun, which I haven't painted, and I haven't done his head properly to be secure, and his eyes are painted really skewed with, but never mind. If he stands there, you can see that it's actually rather big. When we look at it, it's not like a small spaceship. So fitting figures inside. Now I said you won't fit inside the cockpit or difficult because there's not a deep footwell and his legs are long. If I compare him to the actual figure that comes, look, even though he's only a little bit taller, his legs are considerably longer than hers. Where she can sit down, no problem. His long legs, I'm guessing, his butt is not actually down against the seat. If I bend his legs a little bit, he can. Again, more flexible hips. I get his knees higher, then bend the knees. And you'd fit. I'm going to put one bend in the knees because there's only a small drop from the chair seat to the actual floor of the ship. Slightly low. I mean, it will close with him in. Let's move him over to the side. You know, but he's not in properly, so I will be looking at cutting out that foot plate at the bottom there to make a bit more space. Okay, if we look at the turret, I reckon there's enough space in there because I can see it's got quite a long footwell. So let's see. So again, he's going to keep him holding his gun. Yeah, that one is absolutely no problem there. In fact, you can do extra custom work. You can cut out some of these side parts here. You can get two figures sitting there very, very comfortably. Very, very cool. Let's take him out. And then lastly, let's look at the back of the actual ship with the little ramp. Cargo bay will open. You can't get figures standing up in there. Get relatively close. You've got a small figure. You can see that he's too big to stand up. You could put some seating inside, but there's no easy access. There's no flip top roof for it, unfortunately, which would have made it fantastic. But he can sort of stand there. Great for storage space. This with the Lightyear dropship painted up, there's great options for 1/18 scale for custom spaceships. Very, very cool indeed. Definitely worth £9.99p, £10. Probably cheap in the States. Everything's cheap in the States when it comes to toys and sale in the UK, but this is a good purchase for us 1/18 scale lovers. Very, very nice. I hope going forwards that Hasbro keep to this scale for kiddie toys, because then we can just take all the vehicles and customize and convert them to suit our 1/18 scale desires and needs. Very cool indeed. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.